Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from Eckinside, and he's in the Shiratsuyu, a tier 7 Japanese destroyer. He's on the map Two Brothers in a 4-point domination game. It's a tier 7 battle, which is quite lovely, and there is no carrier, which is even lovelier. Now he has made his way here into the D camp, and he's briefly spotted the other destroyers. Now, he doesn't have RPF, so he doesn't know exactly where they are currently at. But he is now angling against where he expects the torpedoes to come from. I mean, the destroyers were spotted earlier, so they might still be around there somewhere. Now, if the Z-31 torped in his direction, then he probably still has about 5 to 10 minutes until they arrive. But the Mutsuki, on the other hand, that's a bit of a different story. Now, the Shiratsuyu is, well, it has fallen a bit out of favor. It used to be a very popular ship, but once upon a time it used to have reload booster and smoke, and back then it was a real powerhouse. Now Wargaming decided that's too strong, so they took away its reload booster, and these days the Shiratsuyu, I mean, honestly, I still think it's a decent ship, but it's no longer as strong as it used to be back in the days. The biggest advantage the Shiratsuyu has is the concealment. It has 5.8 concealment, which honestly is pretty amazing at tier 7, because tier 8 gets the concealment module, so usually tier 7 destroyers are really fucked concealment wise when they are up tiered. The Shiratsuyu not so much. Then again, in this game he isn't up tiered, so you know. And here are some Z-31 torpedoes. They are... those torpedoes are a meme, aren't they? And oh, he just got the Mutsuki, but the Mutsuki is torping back. Now, will he dodge? Let's see. Okay, so that's nice. That's one enemy destroyer dealt with, and now he can hopefully just grab the cap. The enemy Z-31 is not near. Is basically, it looks like the enemy Z-31 is going flanking. Then again, I mean, there isn't really any friendly ship here that he could even like torp from there, so I don't know. I mean, the enemy is a Z-31. He's probably has no idea what to do, which honestly, if you are in that ship, that's pretty much, there isn't much you can do, so anyway. Meanwhile, Eckinside has his torps almost reloaded. And there is a potential for Futaka here. Now, of course, the question is, will the Futaka actually sail around here? Because it would be pretty broadside to a friendly battleship, although the friendly battleships are kind of behind an island, aren't they? I mean, do I even have shots? Let's have a look. Well, no. I mean, the Italian is reversing, so he might get shots. But yeah. Meanwhile, Königsberg decided to just sail straight through the center and contest the enemy spawn. And on the other flank, the cap is still fought over, I guess. I mean, the friendlies do look pretty good there ship-wise, so they could potentially make something happen. Interestingly, the friendly destroyers are currently not contesting. I mean, oh. How was that? Oh, I even spotted that. Like, the enemy shouldn't have any radar or any sort, there wasn't any hydro nearby. And, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but the friendly destroyer is down, and it looks like the enemies might be getting. Minsk is not going to be able to do that much with its concealment, I'm afraid. But, well, we shall see. Meanwhile, Eckinside is just waiting for his torpedoes to reload, and the enemy is trying to clump up as much as possible, I think. Maybe they are cold, maybe they're huddling together for warmth. Or, I don't know, like, your guess is as good as mine, but that's the best theory I can come up with for the enemy behavior. Now, might make a good torp launch, but you can see they are all obviously running away, right? They are, so that's why Eckinside didn't launch earlier. He's coming around this island because now he has a better chance to catch them all, because, you know, that's where they'll all be running. Now the set's getting closer, so if he isn't careful, he's going to get detected. And I'm not sure why he's having the set select. Keep in mind that for a long time it used to be buggy which target was selected, and this might also be the case here. I'm not sure if this is currently buggy in World of Warships, but for a very long time the target that you saw the person select was usually not the target that they actually selected. It's also possible that he just wanted to keep an eye on the set, because obviously if the set kept reversing he might have been spotted and just wanted to know when he went forward again. Or it might be possible that he actually thought, you know, he can torp the set because the set is doing some weird maneuvering stuff. He did it before and it's doing it again, and go on. No? That's a shame. Well... Oh. There we go. So, he's managed to torp 2 destroyers so far. Not too bad. And interestingly, oh no, he's hit something else. I was just saying the only thing he's torped so far are destroyers. But, well, what was it for Takawasu took 1 too? That was their battleship. Anyway, torps are almost reloaded again, and this is a bit of a weird match. This isn't ideal for a boat. I mean, it's nice that there is no carrier. It's nice that there is no radar. It's nice that there's nobody else spots him, and that the enemies are sort of clumping up, but the enemy is all weird, they're all just weirdly sailing away, right? They're not pushing it. Ideally, in a torpedo boat, you would like the enemies to push towards you, because it makes them easier to torpedo. If they sail away, it's very... Okay, ideally, I guess you're broadside to them when torping, but you'd rather have them push than, retreat. Now the Furutaka is coming a little bit closer. Oh, and and that's a nice turn. I mean, obviously the Furutaka is angling against the friendly ships back there, but that means he isn't really angling against those torps now, you see. There you go. Of course, now those torpedoes are spotted, so there is no way that Mexico will sail into them, which is a little bit of a shame. Now the friendly team, meanwhile, is trying to grab the A side. Friendlies are 2 ships ahead, but they are vastly ahead on points, mostly because they managed to take the center cap and the enemy team was very delayed in taking it. So, even if they lose a bunch of ships on the other side, this game is looking pretty good. Also, the enemies here on this side are... Yeah, I'm still not sure what's happening, but, And it's at this point that Eckinside decides, you know what, why not just use some guns? And honestly, why not? I mean, this Kirov is on very low health. There is an island here that's now gives him concealment, and... Oh. Well, there goes the Kirov, but there comes a Queen Elizabeth having high explosive preloaded, because it's a Queen Elizabeth, and there goes almost all of his health. Now it looks like at first he was like, hey, I can charge this battleship, but that one salvo taught him that's not a very good idea. If that Queen Elizabeth gotten off another reload, he'd be dead. So he made the wise choice and just popped smokescreen. Now he is moving a little bit around in his smokescreen there, making it a little bit bigger, giving him more room to maneuver, so that they can't blind charge him that easily. He has some torps where he is hoping the Queen Elizabeth is sailing. Obviously we can't see it anymore, and I mean, maybe he could risk poking right now, but of course he can't afford to get spotted here, so he is waiting patiently. Meanwhile, there's a New Mexico coming, and I mean, he could potentially New Mexico, then again, the New Mexico is probably getting farmed by his team anyway. So there is that. Now he's reversing, it could be that he's now setting up to poke here. Not necessarily a bad move. I mean, at this point you'd expect the Queen Elizabeth to be far enough away. If he had RPF, then that would be pretty amazing right now, because he could see if the New Mexico is the closest target, or if it's the Queen, unless the Queen goes to New Mexico. It would be hard to tell. But basically, yeah, there is the Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth isn't that far away, but it would have just been outside of concealment, so he wouldn't have gotten shot when poking. But, Eckinside definitely made the cautious choice here, because there was no need to, expose his ship, I suppose. Now he's got some more torps off against the Queen Elizabeth. Meanwhile, the enemy team is actually recapturing C, and it looks like the enemy pusher they failed, or the enemies just were, the friendlies were just bored and decided to sail away for some reason. So, Queen Elizabeth not moving that fast. It looks like probably it would be nice if he could get the double torpedo in, but I don't think so. I think it's just going to be this 2 Oh, will it? So close. It's so fun. Oh, he got 2 torps off, you know. Not bad. Now the Cavour here is getting closer, so he's... I mean, the Queen Elizabeth is still sailing away, but if he stays between those 2 battleships, he might get boxed in. Well, when you look at the minmap, you see his concealment circle, 5.8, right? And soon his concealment circle will basically touch 2 ships on 2 sides. That's not ideal, because he doesn't have a way to maneuver out of it, right? If he wants to run away from the Queen Elizabeth, he's going to run into the Cavour, and if he's going to run away from the Cavour, he's going to run into Queen Elizabeth. He almost has a smoke ready though, so this problem is kinda solving itself over time. Also, I guess we had 900 points already. But, I mean, ship-wise, it's like, the friendlies only have 1 more ship, right? So ship-wise, this is obviously not decided, and we have no idea, for example, how healthy those ships in the north are. Looks like a 3 versus 1, so you'd think the friendlies will have this in the bag, but honestly, it wouldn't be the first time that an enemy just prevails in such situations. I mean, it's World of Warships, after all. Now he's getting too close here. He's looking at the guns. I think now the guns, well, they tried looking at him, but they just weren't fast enough. Now, because the smokescreen was deployed behind him, he immediately disappeared. This could have gone wrong, but, you know. If the Cavour, for example, would have been looking at him and fired. He was tracking, I think, the Queen Elizabeth's guns, but didn't see the Cavour ones. I'm also probably horribly mispronouncing the ship name, so I'm terribly sorry about that. Now, torps are almost reloaded again, and he might be able to get another battleship sunk there. So he spread them out quite a bit. I guess the second launch was if in case the enemy stops and maybe slightly reverses, which isn't an uncommon move, I guess, for battleships. And, you know, he's also using his guns because, honestly, why not? He isn't really risking anything by doing so. And... wait, torps? Oh, yeah, okay, there is the Akatsuki around, I guess. But, well, the Akatsuki tried to sneakily stealth-torp him. Not sure how healthy that guy is, but I don't think it matters because this is the win. That brings us to the results. Eckinside earned himself 2,260 base experience. Nicely done by him. He achieved a Confederate, a Kraken, and a First Blood, sinking 6 enemy ships and scoring about 100k damage. So, yeah, this was a bit of a weird one, because the enemy team was just, I don't know, huddling together for warmth and slowly sailing away while getting the ship torped out of them. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.